I'm joined by Prerna Thiruvaipati all the way from Hyderabad. There has been terrible news coming from Hyderabad, and this is perhaps the fourth or the fifth incident in recent time where a gang rape has taken place, and many politically involved and politically active names have been involved in an alleged cover up. Prerna, thank you so much for joining me. How are you? A very good evening.
Namaskaram. Good evening, Sharan. Good to be back on the show with you. Yes, the last week has been quite disturbing for us here in the city of Hyderabad. There have been horrific rape cases. Today, as of today, the count is 5. In the last 1.5 weeks, there have been 5 cases of rape involving out of which the victims, 2 of them are minors. Allegedly, they are minors.
And what is the Home Ministry actually doing about this? What's the police's response? I'm sure the pressure is mounting up. And first of all, why is there such lawlessness in Hyderabad all of a sudden?
Sharanji, I've actually shared a screenshot of the stats with you in Telugu, which says that Hyderabad or Telangana basically is not a safe place for girls, especially minor girls. That was the most recent one which has come out for the year 2021, saying that it's not a safe place for minors. Now, recently, there was a case of a gang rape of a minor girl at a pub in a posh area locality of Jubilee Hills here in Hyderabad, in this pub called Amnesia Insomnia Pub, where a 17-year-old girl was allegedly raped by 5 men, out of which 3 are allegedly minors themselves. So far, the Home Ministry has been acting, the Telangana Police has been acting on this. But what had happened was the BJP, the local BJYM, the BJP Youth Morcha, had to stage protests in front of the Jubilee Hills police station, demanding the arrest of those alleged rapists. So for the last 1 week, this is what is happening. Now, whatever I'm sharing with you today, Sharan, on this platform, is from all the media reports and from all the local journalists, and what is already present in the open platform on social media and in the Telugu media. This is nothing that I'm making up or anything. So this is all published news. So we are just discussing it as a roundup of what has happened. So now this horrific rape case where a 17-year-old minor girl was raped by 5 men allegedly involves VVIPs, and this is a statement given by our Telangana police, that the accused are all children and grandsons of VVIPs. Now, what has happened was, this took place in the afternoon. The alleged rape took place in a moving car in the afternoon. So this 17-year-old minor girl had gone to attend some party at this pub in this Jubilee Hills location. And now the latest charge sheet, which I've also shared with you, the latest charge sheet in Telugu says that apparently there were 2 minor girls in that Amnesia Insomnia pub. Now these 5 boys approached those 2 minor girls, out of which 1 minor girl left that location, left the pub, hired a cab and went home. Whereas the other minor girl, who is now the victim, was waiting for a cab. These 5 boys went in a red color Mercedes Benz and offered to ride her home. What they did, so the girl got into the car with these 5 boys. They supposedly took her to a bakery. So the pub owners in the Jubilee Hills Insomnia Amnesia say that no alcohol was served. So they actually took her to a bakery in one of those local areas, Muslim dominated areas, and gave her alcohol. So there was alcohol involved. This is the report that is coming out of the Telangana Bharosa team, which is a special unit for the women victims. child and women victims, the Bharosa Telangana police team. So what they have alleged, the alleged report, what has come out in the media, in Telugu media, is that they went to a bakery, they consumed alcohol over there, and then they took her in that red Mercedes Benz. Then they pretended, the boys pretended that there was no petrol in the Mercedes Benz, and then they got her into an Innova. Now, this Innova supposedly belongs to a former MLA, Umer Khan's Innova. So this boy is a grandson, that minor boy who owns that Innova is allegedly the grandson of a former MLA, Umer Khan. This is what that charge sheet which I've shared with you says. Another accused is Saduddin Malik, who is supposedly the son of a TRS corporator. So they got her into the Innova, and then she was raped in the Innova. And then they dropped her back at that pub where the victim allegedly had forgotten her jacket. She went to the pub and then called her father. The father, when he came and picked her up from that pub, went home and later realized that this girl had injuries on her neck, and then went to the police station and filed a complaint. Now, after filing the complaint also, the police supposedly didn't react or make any FIR or anything, complaint or any action. There was inaction from the Telangana police for 3 to 4 days. It was on the 5th day that BJYM, Golconda BJYM leaders went there and created a ruckus. They sat in front of the Jubilee Hills police station and performed a dharna. And that's when the police started acting. Then the media came into the picture. National media came into the picture. Otherwise, it was all getting covered up. So BJYM Golconda, after staging that protest, what happened was, next a series of events I'll just slowly go through with you if you give me 2 more minutes. So Dubaka MLA, BJP MLA, Raghunandan Rauji, actually went to the press. He had a press meeting and released a video which clearly shows the face of those accused and that victim within that Innova, within that car, whichever car, the Innova or the Mercedes. So according to our IPC, it is illegal to reveal the face, name, address, or any details regarding any minors. You can get a jail term up to 2 years for doing that. But that video has been going viral. It doesn't show the face of the victim, but it shows the faces of a couple of the accused. So there was a video that was being circulated where the girl can be seen making out with one of these boys inside the car.
But one of the BJP MLAs has been booked for allegedly leaking the video of the victim. But this MLA is the one who has actually brought this rape case to the forefront and is asking for justice from the Telangana government. But in a nasty turn of events, a media house, one particular media house, which I think people are aware of, has a certain political inclination. Now it's trying to whitewash, the incidents that have happened by saying that it is contingent upon the MLA to not leak the details of the victim, wherein that is clearly fake news.
See, the thing is, the media outlet that you're speaking about, which I'm guessing is Siyasat Delhi, is the mouthpiece of the MIM and the TRS. Okay, so it's trying to whitewash it. The thing is, this horrific incident of a minor child being raped is turned into a political game. All of us as common citizens should condemn that it is being turned into a nasty political game. But the thing over here is, if not for that MLA, Dubaka MLA, Raghunandan Rauji, nobody would have known the faces of those victims. For 5 days, there was no action from the Telangana police. Normally, the Telangana police is very prompt in taking care of these. If you go back to 2019 during the Disha's rape case where a veterinary doctor was brutally raped and killed, they had encountered those accused. But having said that, Hyderabad per se has had a long history of this VIP culture where the sons of home ministers, politicians have, raped or attempted rape or murdered women in the past as well. If you remember, in the year 2020, during the holy month of Ramadan, a minor girl, a Dalit minor girl, there was an attempt to rape on her in Chadarghat in Hyderabad, in Old City area, by the right-hand man of an MIM MLA of Chadarghat, Ahmed Balala. If you remember in 2020 as well, I had filed a case against Ahmed Balala during that minor's attempt to rape case, because he had abused the late Dr. Lakshman Bangaru's daughter, Shruti Bangaru, who is a BJP leader, SC Morcha leader. So that was one incident that happened in 2020 where MIM workers, leaders were involved in an attempt to rape on a Dalit minor girl. Previous to this, during the Chandrababu Naidu government during the 90s and early 2000s as well, the then chief minister was Chandrababu Naidu. His home minister was Devendra Gaud. A Telugu actress named Pratyusha was allegedly raped and murdered by Devendra Gaud's sons. So this was big news, but it was covered up. Back then, social media was not there, and the media didn't cover it. But it was till now you can find videos of that actress Pratyusha's mother on YouTube demanding justice. Now, what has happened to Devendra Gaud and his sons? It's there on public platform. You can all see. They're all free. Nothing has happened. That mother is still seeking justice. So this VIP culture and misusing the law and misusing power has been there in Hyderabad since long. But one good thing is, since the time Telangana formation has happened and the TRS government came into power, we've had something wonderful, an initiative by IPS Swati Lakraji called the She Teams, which is a special team in Telangana which takes care of women's issues, the She Team. Part of that She Team is the Bharosa team. From that Bharosa team's charge sheet, I'm giving you details regarding this 17-year-old minor child's case, what has happened.
But in many of these cases, the objective should be prevention of a certain crime. So suppose one incident had taken place, unfortunately, there are certain instances where, it's beyond you to stop a certain incident from happening. But there is a repetitive pattern, and especially in the last 1 month, you yourself have described that. So wouldn't this be a clear political failure of the state in preventing such crimes? Or at least in delivering justice to those people who've already suffered from it?
More than political, it's actually a policing and legal issue. More than a political thing. Because like I said, since the formation of Telangana and the formation of the She Teams and the Bharosa teams, women here in Telangana and Hyderabad are a lot safer because the Telangana police, the women police over here are in mufti near bus stops and malls and in all these places, and they reprimand these eve teasers and men who misbehave with women and young children and everything. So still there has been a lax in the police because that the accused over here are the top tier leaders of the TRS and the ruling party right now. One of the accused is allegedly the son of a Waqf board member. This has also come out in the national media. So all the 5 accused belong to the minority community of Hyderabad. Right? They all are Muslims, and they are the sons of a TRS corporator, a Waqf board member, a former MLA's grandson. Some have also alleged, some media houses, Telugu media houses have also alleged that the Home Minister's own grandson is involved in this. So police is investigating the number plates of that Mercedes-Benz, the red Mercedes-Benz in which they took the girl, the CCTV camera footages, the Innova cars, number plates and everything. The name of the owners will be revealed sooner or later.
And have we heard any response from the MIM or any of these other political parties whose children or associates may be allegedly involved in this crime?
So there was police inaction for 5 days until the BJYM Dharna, right? So the police also came out and gave a statement to the press that nobody is involved, especially the Home Minister's grandson is not involved. He was absconding. He was found today in the morning at Bidar in Karnataka. They picked him up from Bidar, Telangana police. So they were vehemently trying to deny the involvement of any politician. They were vehemently trying to deny the involvement of VVIPs, children or grandchildren. So there was a cover up, by the police. I'm sure the police also has pressure from the Home Ministry and from the top brass politicians whose children and grandchildren are involved in this heinous crime. And another thing that people do not realize, Sharan, is after that video of that girl went viral, making out with those 4 or 5 whatever boys sitting in the car and making out with this guy, they were abusing the victim. There was victim shaming on social media, which was extremely hurtful. People do not realize that if the girl is even 17 years, 11 months and 29 days old, she's still a minor. Until she's 18, she's a minor. So any child who's under 18, any girl who's under 18, even if it's consensual, it is still rape according to our legal system. Legal justice system considers it rape. So instead of victim blaming and shaming her, we should first stop those videos from going viral.
Absolutely. This is extremely horrendous, and this entire culture of shaming the victim is very unfortunate, and it's not done. And I hope many of these people on social media who are today voicing out their anger against this do get some sense of relief by the police if the justice has been delivered. And I really hope that there is no culture where VIPs can get away with this, because this is relatively not too high outside of Delhi, because in Delhi you usually get to hear a lot of these cases, or at least at once upon a time you used to get to hear a lot of these cases. But it's extremely alarming that there is such a huge political cover-up possibly involved in this particular case. But thank you so much for joining us today in giving us these updates. And what would your parting words be? How can we actually remedy this situation? And if you were to give a word of advice to the Telangana police and the government, what would you have to say?
More than giving advice to the Telangana police or government, my request would be to all the parents. Please know where your child is heading to, whether it is to a pub or to a mall or wherever your child is. Please make sure you know where your child is. Because if the father and mother wouldn't have realized that the child was raped or molested, this wouldn't have come out. The girl actually did not want to reveal any of what has happened to her, what she underwent. It was the Bharosa team, the counselors, the psychologists and the counselors at the Bharosa team who actually helped her speak up, because she was so terrified after this, she was unable to speak or say anything. So it is the responsibility of the parents to know exactly where their child is going and what they're doing. Even the accused, the boys, their parents need to know where their sons are going. How are these underage boys even able to procure alcohol? How did a pub even allow a 17-year-old bunch of kids enter the pub? Because serving alcohol to minors is a crime. Their liquor license should be, snatched away. They are denying that, any alcohol was served in the premises to these, children. But there are reports now suggesting that they consumed alcohol in a bakery. The bakery does not have a liquor license. So this is basically a law and order problem. This is a proper law and order problem. How did minor children, supposedly 2 are majors, maybe those majors went and bought alcohol, but then again, alcohol was served to all the minors as well. So this is a law and order issue. The parents of those accused, the parents of the victim, need to be held responsible as well. How are the children, allowed to do this? Secondly, the management of these pubs, the people giving away these liquor licenses also need to be, they need to be carded like it happens abroad. Whether you're buying alcohol or cigarettes or anything, you need to be carded. You need to show your age proof. This is not being done here. That is one thing. And the next thing is, on social media, you cannot share even photographs of your own, kith and kin, your children, because according to the law, sharing videos, pictures, or any information of a minor is illegal. Now, when it comes to the case of this BJP MLA, Dubaka MLA Raghunandan Rauji, if he wouldn't have demanded justice, this case would have been hushed up. That is for sure. And we are only talking about this case today now, right now, Sharan. As we speak, the total number of cases for this week from last Monday to Tuesday is 5. 5 cases of rape, gang rape, and out of which 2 are minors. Victims are minors. One has happened allegedly in a theater, and all of these have happened in the city of Hyderabad. So it is a major law and order issue, and I request the Honorable National Commission of Child Protection to please intervene in this matter.
I really hope that they listen to your voice and your message and they take it very seriously. Thank you so much for taking your time out today to join us.
Thank you so much, Sharan. Thank you so much, Swarajya. Thank you so much for this. Yeah.
Viewers, please do voice your support to the victim and make sure that none of the details are actually revealed and the victim's identity is protected. And all we can do is ask tough questions and add the pressure on the establishment in order to make them act. Till next time, this is your host Sharan Sethi signing off.